Welcome pada Edward Chong. Welcome Jemaah, welcome. Saya nak you follow saya sikit. Come on. Kalau you tak, saya tahu saya tak nampak you kemungkinan nombor 1. Please type clap. Type clap, clap. Come on guys. It's hard time, I know, because this is after lunch kan. So kita pumpkan energy guys. Come on. Awesome, Pukal. Good job. Thank you, Asmaniza. Welcome. Thank you so much pada MBC kerana membolehkan kita ada webinar ni setiap minggu. Okay, saya nak you type yes. Type yes. Y-E-S. Yes. Come on, type yes. Awesome. Participation, guys. Please participate. Welcome, Saiful. Awesome. Awesome, Nubala. Good job. Lokasi daripada mana? Lokasi. Your location daripada mana? Welcome, Abang Azhar. Location. Dan business apa? Location business apa? Saiful daripada Ipoh, Jelmon daripada Tawau. DJ Business Toll Expressway Bera Pahang. Wow. Kedah yo. UN. Awesome. Good job guys. Good job. Bagi yang pelik kenapalah di moderate cara macam ni, kita just keep it santai boleh keep it cool Dan pada sama juga you boleh juga tanya soalan whether in English ataupun dalam bahasa Melayu. Dan kalau tanya bahasa Cina untuk saya big problem, mungkin Mandarin ke apa semua mungkin sebab saya baca profil Afiqah tadi impressive kan. Jadi saya pun suspend suspend meaning that Kang ada sesuatu benda you minta saya tanya kan, so you tanya direct lah. Alright. So Sia from Kuching Sarawak, welcome daripada Kuching dan dan lain-lain. Thank you so much for coming for this special webinar, dan webinar ni brought to you by Digital Productivity Nexus, bawah Malaysia Productivity Corporations, dan saya sebagai moderator dan salah seorang daripada iaitu Nexus itu sendiri. Dan kita juga banyak support dari segi webinar online khususnya, dan fokus kita lah untuk outreach dan juga give you informational bagaimana untuk ada action plan ataupun framework untuk you boleh buat tindakan supaya you dapat hasil meningkatkan productivity, create efficiency, dan juga lantas juga dapat more, bukan saja sale tetapi dapat more profitability pada company. Okay, dan kita dah gone through a lot webinar before, such as blockchain, aerospace, agriculture. Lepas tu kita gone through lots of experience together, dan kita pun ada pelbagai juga angle dari segi iaitu e-commerce, dan kali ni ialah kita fokus kepada cross border e-commerce. Dan somehow mungkin you tanya lah macam mana benda ni relate pada diri lah. Dia gameplay dia macam ni guys. Iaitu bila you open pada certain new ideas, whether dia dalam you punya current industry ataupun industri yang berlainan, itu sebenarnya create your brain more workable, ataupun you punya brain lebih kreatif, lebih proaktif. Sebab dengan cara ni lah you get more ideas, different industry punya ideas, dan you rangkumkan dan you apply pada you own self ataupun you punya industry. That's how things work. Dan saya learn a lot guys. Saya webinar ni dah tahun kedua. Basically dah saya run lots of webinar dengan MPC melalui kita project setelah melalui berbagai Nexus lain. So saya juga banyak iaitu boleh kata ialah upskilling secara langsung tak langsung saya punya knowledge, dan hopefully kita akan dapat wonderful time bersama dengan Cik Puan Afiqah kita untuk hari ni. Dan surprisingly saya boleh kata dia junior saya juga, sebab saya dulu pun IUKL. Masa tu belum IUKL lagi. 2013 maksudnya muda sangat lah tu. Okay. Sebab saya 2005. Okay. Jadi lepas tu saya sambung ke Multimedia University dan gone through a lot of things lah, up and down. Dan saya proud juga dengan Nur Afiqah sebab saya rasa dia seorang yang saya berpandangan lah dia seorang yang dua, maksudnya lakukan tindakan dan dia orang yang action taker sebab saya boleh nampak dia macam macam tu dia climbing dia punya ladder dia, maksudnya daripada career ladder dia. Dan how things work ialah bagaimana kita nak bukan saja take opportunity tapi how kita ada satu sikap ataupun attitude toward kita punya opportunity yang ada. So very proud of you. Okay. So pada masa sama juga you boleh tanya soalan guys. Kalau you nak tanya soalan you boleh tanya terus. So Cik Puan Afiqah akan share pada you kan how China Technology Incubator can improve productivity dan you boleh tanya dalam chat box ataupun you boleh tanya dalam question box ataupun you boleh tanya di iaitu Facebook. Alright, so tanpa lengahkan masa lagi, saya nak menjemput iaitu Afiqah. Okay, dan saya nak you type Afiqah guys, type Afiqah. Type Afiqah, type Afiqah. Bagi tepukan type Afiqah. Type Afiqah, type Afiqah. Afiqah, A-F-I-Q-A-H. Afiqah, come on, type Afiqah. Awesome, Siti. Bagi semangat sikit, type Afiqah. Afiqah in the house, yo, yes. Awesome, make it lively today.
Moderator, actually saya dah bangun tak panggil saya Afiqah.
Alright, awesome. Hand over to Afiqah. Silakan. Saya ada je kat sini. Silakan.
Alright. Thank you, Mr. Moderator. So let me share my screen. Sekejap ya. By the way, I nak tukar sikit. Mr. Moderator, kejap tadi cakap Cik Puan. So I'm like supposed to be Cik Siti Afiqah. So just call me.
Oh really? Okay, sorry about that.
Alright. So let me start. I can present in English. Okay kan? And then
sure. Should be fine.
Alright. So hi everyone. I'm Siti from Tusstar, Malaysia. So I'm also the junior from Mr. Moderator from ITL. And then I'm actually in Chinese called PUIM, means that my department is more focusing on cross-border e-commerce and also in education as well. So cross-border e-commerce can be in two types, which is one is education, which is cross-border e-commerce education like TikTok, Douyin in China, and then Pinduoduo in China, and also Lazada, Shopee, as you all know here in Malaysia and Southeast Asia. And then another thing is, for example, China products or probably China companies that wanted to come over here in Malaysia or Southeast Asia to find collaboration potential partners. And also, for example, investors or probably they wanted to land in Malaysia. I will be handling that, and also vice versa, means that Malaysia or Southeast Asian company wanted to go to China. Yeah, so this one is more on non-related to technology lah. So now we're talking about China Technology Incubator. How can they improve in productivity? All right. Hold on. All right. So what we offer here in Tusstar, Malaysia is actually we have high-end and affordable space, because since incubator, right? I think not many people know what is incubator all about. So incubator is actually we provide co-working space, we provide the services like mentoring to actually help startups to actually grow to until, because our main target is until they exit the market, which is until IPO status. Like for example, all of you know like Custom or probably Shopee, which is unicorn startup. So that's our main target until they become IPO level. So in total, we already have reached until 49 IPOs overall the globe, because Tusstar itself has 300 base in the global. All right. So we have also global market access. So not only in China, Malaysia, we also have in Singapore, and then we have it also in Thailand and much more. So later on, I will introduce more about Tusstar. So next, we have investment. For example, we have we collaborate very closely with VCs, venture capitals, and also angel investment. And we also have a specific investment department in Tusstar itself in HQ, which is in Beijing. All right. And also we have also global public platform. For example, if let's say they need to go to ASEAN markets to enter over there, or probably they need to go to China itself, or probably in Australia and much more, we have this public platform for you guys. All right. And also, apart from that, we also have international technology transfer. So as you all know, if let's say you get more updates about how China is currently, they are focusing more on international technology transfer rather than investment, honestly speaking, because now the current trend is actually technology transfer is really important, because they want the whole global to actually, make it more productive or probably make it more trendy, or probably everyone will be up to date to the trend. So there's no, for example, people left behind. So they want everyone based on Belt and Road Initiative. Yeah. So next on. All right. So this is the introduction of Tusstar Holding, which is our company, Tusstar Malaysia. It's actually a joint venture between Tusstar Holding, our China company, and also Malaysia company, which is Bansil. So our joint venture is actually started in 2018, and also the opening ceremony is actually held in Oasis Damansara, and also been held by Dr. Wan Azizah, our Deputy Prime Minister last time, right? And then it's actually our Tusstar Holding itself is actually from Tsinghua University, one of the top universities from China, and actually focusing more on technology-related research and development. All right, and then after that, they are actually already been in over 20 years of experience in the field of entrepreneurship, innovation, technology, and much more. So they are also have, like I mentioned earlier, the Tusstar itself has 300 base incubator across the world. So as you can see below here is we have in China based, Malaysia, Japan, Egypt, UK, and much more. So our main focus is actually in these 4 fields, which is incubation, and then training, and then funding and network. So incubation, as I mentioned earlier, we provide office space, we provide company support, and also we provide exclusive partner service offerings as well. So, and then apart from that, we have a monthly startup pitching competition. And then probably perhaps every month is a different topics or different title. And then somehow every month also can be some in English and some in Mandarin. And then we provide, it's a really close kind of startup competition, what's it called again, like online session, because it's more on VCs and also startup companies. So,
meaning, Siti, what you mean that monthly startup competition is also held by Tusstar Malaysia? So it's
yes, correct.
Oh, I see.
And,
all right.
Yeah, and then we will have a grand finale, which is on this November 24th. Yeah. So, and then apart from that, we have also training. So we have entrepreneurship training, which is from Tsinghua University, what's it called, teachers or professors. All right. And then the background is from MBA and so on. So if let's say not many of you know Tsinghua University is actually almost the same standard as Oxford University or Harvard University in Europe, right? So it's really a top university, and we have a really close collaboration with top university with Harvard and Oxford, right? And then apart from that, we have funding, like I mentioned earlier, because we focus until startup, especially tech-related startup, all right, so that they can exit the market until IPO status. And then also we have network, all right? So next, sorry, just now I didn't cover, probably we already have 49 IPOs, and also we have 200 billion ROI in total already. And then we have already incubated 150,000 incubatees or probably startups overall the globe. Yeah. And then from the testimony for business expansion in Malaysia, these are some of the successful stories that we already have. For example, Skinrun, which is a China company that is focusing, they are the largest China AI-assisted platform for skin management industry. So because I've been in Beijing before and I studied there, so I've tried one of the products, and then it's quite useful because they can see whether your face, is it oily or is it sensitive or so on, and then how you can actually, which kind of product is suitable, and then what do you have to do to actually prevent from this kind of thing happen again. So we already actually helped them to this kind of lending support, and they already successfully landed in Malaysia. They got a Malaysia team, and then they got investment from local VC, which is called Carlos. And then we also help them to build overseas operation center teams in all within, like, because it's like, say you are located in overseas, you need to have a local team to actually operate this kind of startup company. All right. And then apart from that, we have Stinson, which is China robotic focused high-tech listed company, and also National Robot Industrialization base. So Stinson is actually a complete robot product, and also it's based on Industry 4.0 in overall solution. As of based on lending support, you can read on the right side. It's the same as Skinrun as well. And then here is the testimonial too, which is what I can say, this empowerment of production is based on waste management. So as you can see below here is actually where they collect all this rubbish bin and put in a big truck, and actually they can process based on AI and actually help them to know, okay, whether this area already clean or not, and so on. So this, what I know is actually this system of probably empowerment production is from our colleague in Tsinghua. They are actually from Tsinghua University. So they figure out what kind of system that needs to do, because in order to, I would say, like, to solve the problem that encounter in local China. Right, and then apart from that, it's actually this one, empowerment of production of local bus, which is, for example, if let's say you've been in China, so their bus is quite really long. And then apart from that, somehow if let's say you need the driver to check the whole bus, sometimes probably they finish work really late at night, so they might be quite tired. So somehow probably some things they might be overlooked, so they couldn't check properly. So we are using it like AI kind of system to actually check the whole bus whether it has any problem or not. Yeah, so this is like your testimonial 3. But from that, this is testimonial 4, more on high efficiency and precision business matching, which is Tusstar and Tusstar. Tusstar is actually from America, and Tusstar is a Malaysian startup company, more on travel agency, but then it's like tour kind of thing. But then you can book your hotel, you can book your taxi or whatever, you can book your restaurant, everything from here. So we actually help them to business match, and it's we call it very successful. Yeah, and then here is, like I mentioned earlier, it's about the Tsinghua Dream course, meaning to say that we help students actually. Basically, we are focusing more on students. That's what how our China background is really powerful in, because we want to implement from student itself to actually have these ideas to start their own business, but as of course have to be pet related, because nowadays you can see, okay, for example, a lot of trends where you can see, okay, a lot of people didn't get a job, whatever, but then you need to see the job description. Okay, perhaps they need people who are actually from IT background or tech-related background. Okay, why not you go for example, tech-related kind of courses, so that you know more details. So of course you can actually get a more better future forward. I mean, like after that, right? So this is what we implement as well. So education from Tsinghua course, from Tsinghua University. All right, and then we also have TikTok course outline, which is this one. After you finish the course, you have to go for your exam, and then you can get your certificate as well. This one can be in Mandarin and English, and it's actually directly under Guangxi Task Cross-Border E-commerce, which they already been held for 20+ years. They are actually helping for Southeast Asia or local communities to actually help within China and Southeast Asia markets to business match, all right, and also to support lending companies. And then here is one of the quite trendy or probably quite new courses that is actually really useful, which I can say to everyone. It's about innovation and technology commercialization professional course. It's under Georgia Tech, which is Georgia Tech Institute. Is one of the top 5 university in the globe. And also another one is our cooperation partner is ITTN, which is under China International Technology Transfer Network. So this course is actually quite okay, and it's affordable. It's around 5,000 per person. So this one later on, if let's say you're interested, you can let me know. All right. So here is also what I can say. They are providing courses which is per weekly basis, and then it's recorded. So we actually know, we actually understand people who actually work don't have time to actually go for classes, perhaps even though for 1 hour or 2 hours. So they already pre-recorded session, but then at the end of the day, after all the modules are finished, you have to go for exam and you will get the certificate. So this is professional certificate.
Siti, I have one question. So you were talking about this education from various subjects such as TikTok course online, Tsinghua Dream course, and just now you're talking about ITCP, the Innovation and Technology Commercializations. So I'm asking about this is under which platform? Is this under the Tsinghua, or this is under very specific, like ITCP is under George Tech or what? I do not understand where the correlations, which is where it's come from. I mean, where the origins of the course, who's provide these courses.
Good question. So we, as a courses, since I've mentioned, is quite a few courses. So Tsinghua Dream course is actually from Tsinghua. TikTok course is actually from Guangxi Task Cross Border Commerce, which is our partner as well. And ITCP course is actually from Georgia Tech, directly from them.
I see.
then-
I see. Meaning Tusstar is the one that a platform that going to introduce and connect between the demand and supply, basically. All right, awesome.
True.
Thank you.
Yep, sure. Okay, next is actually for our testimonials is global cooperation, which is we have a global cooperation with big companies. Like for example, here you can see is BP, which is we pre-launched this program and designed to help the unicorn potential startup or project. So here, as you can see, these 6 pictures, we have already done innovation program recruitment in like 24 hours with Snyder, and we have with EAWS Healthcare Association Camp. We have in 2018 ADB Clean Technology Innovation, Tusstar Startup Business Camp, and also these 2, which is CRRC Global Acceleration Camp, and also the same track transportation, right? So we actually did in 5 months. This is like a few years back, and also we already collaborated like 10 plus companies overall, and already introduced 150 high-tech companies between China and also between the globe. All right, so here is actually Science and Technology Inputs of Tsinghua University Institute of Technology Transfer. So we are focusing on what Science and Technology outcome means that they have, okay, you can see here the formula. It's actually the quality of faculty plus with the number of faculties awarding doctorates in science and technology, plus with government funded funding and also industry funded funding. So then only it becomes a good science and technology outcome, because we are focusing in deep technology, then only it will actually help to penetrate the market access to be better, and also for the startup to actually grow into become a unicorn company. All right, so here we have in a comprehensive research university here in Tsinghua University, and also we are in #1 in the world for engineering, and also the only Chinese university to make it into the top 20 list. All right, so in scientific research funding, since 2018 is 55.7 billion, and then the latest one in 2019 is 72.9 billion. Means that in R&D, we are refocused on deep tech in scientific. So you can see here, we are willing to invest, which is if let's say those kind of startup or probably those kind of, I want to say xiangmu, which is projects which are good, which is high, deep tech and meaningful for the future. So we will definitely fund them, right? So here is actually transformation model of scientific and achievement from Tsinghua University. So here you can see the dynamic human body in 3D. It's actually their collaboration with BB, Huawei, and then Shangtang is from China, and these few other companies as well. So they are using this 3D motion and to actually to provide to this certain company, because they need to use this in order for probably for film or probably for videos. All right. And then here is actually for exclusive licensing of patents. So this is mode 2 is more on derivative enterprise, joint research and development by school enterprise, and also to actually include licensing of patents. So if let's say you are in technology related, right, and also deep tech, so you need to be have the IP, which is international protection IP, right? So that's where you can see is that I'm sorry. Okay, that's where you can see that your tech cannot be copied from others. So when you are in tech related, you need to have the IP patents, all right? So here in NUTTech is the creating a safer world, where you can see their manufacturing is more on like the vehicle, and then you can see the product over here as well. It's actually from Tsinghua University Department of Engineering, and also they won the first prize for Beijing Invention Patent. Next off is mode 3, is investment, shareholding, and corporate mergers. Okay, this is from Department of Electronics, which is the founder of Deep View Technology in class 2004, and they actually donated to the university to establish Meng Zhaowing Care Professorship Fund. So these are also on deep tech. And here are some technology products that I can say to actually improve productivity in Malaysia. So these are good products, and they actually won the first prize, if I'm not mistaken, from what I remember, and they are actually from Tsinghua University as well. So what do? They are robots. So for example, you have a big ship, you have a tank, like for example here in ship field, chemical field. In Malaysia, what I know, you still need people to actually clean it, right? After it's rusty or whatever. So what robots did is actually they can climb those kind of ship or probably transportation field, anything, and they just clean it for you. And it's really useful. So you can actually cut cost of the workforce, and also because it's really risky, so you can prevent from all this what's it called again, kematian or whatever from these dangerous work fields lah. Yep. And then their main customer is quite big as well. As you can see here from China, it's CSIC, PetroChina, which is the petroleum or oil and gas company in China, Tosco Group, and much more. So here is river cleaning technology, whereby they have a few products. The smaller one is actually, if let's say, for example, you put in a river or you put in sungai, they can actually help you clean the what's it called, rubbish from the river or from the sungai. And then if let's say the bigger one, the bigger ship, actually you can put in, for example, our laut or whatever, or our sea, and then you can actually have people sitting on top, and at the same time they are cleaning all this what's it called, waste or probably all this rubbish from the seaside. All right, so it can it's very useful, and it's unmanned system, means that no driver who's driving this ship. So it's unmanned system. It's really useful. And then apart from that, this is actually a natural energy, whereby you can see this crude oil recovery. For example, from the left side is actually a really dirty one, and then you can see after that on the right is how they clean it and become a clean one. So here is actually how they actually clean the crude oil system. So here, their international market prospect is actually already been good in United States, in Europe, Japan, Kuwait, and so on. And then, for example, they are actually already have 1.8 million tons of crude oil recovered in China, and also they focusing more on reduced carbon emissions. Okay. Apart from that, okay, this is I think I already introduced on this. I can skip on this slide. And then apart from that, so here is what our investment philosophy. We are a scientific and technology innovation and people oriented. So investment strategy is actually, we are focusing on technology, we are focusing on people, opportunity, ecology, and also resource. So as you can see, the technology maturity curve is from the research from Gartner, we can see here from the budding side, from budding started, and then up to the overheating is where all the startups go very quite rapidly. And then after that, it will slow down until the end, which is in the mature stage. So in the mature stage, that's where we can see a lot of startups, not all the startups can go, because in the meantime, they need to always, okay, for example, if let's say you're not in the startup industry, right? Some of you probably might know or whatever. So investors might not only see on your product or probably on other things, they might see on what your future get plan, and then how they can get their ROI back. So this is how we can see on the mature stage how many potential startups can go up to that stage level. So that's why we are actually promoting more on deep technology. If let's say, I know Malaysians are really creative, so you should go for deep tech startups, all right? And then apart from that is full stage fund system supports company from idea to IPO. So here is all the steps of how the fund system is. If let's say you're not really clear of it, so I can guide you one by one. So from the seed funding, angel fund, VC, industry, pre-IPO, and up to the next one, which is IPO. This is how, if let's say you start up, this is how you have to go through. Means that the seed fund is more on like the pre-A stage, which is you just have the idea level stage, and then you just wanted to have your product, have your service, or your team, or whatever, and then up to the last one, which is your post-IPO, right? On your M&A fund business, and so on.
Siti, for the IPO itself, so you were talking about the IPOs from the seed funding until the IPO itself. So you're talking about initial public offering is in which market? Is in Malaysia markets or in other international markets? Or what IPO? What the IPO will onboard? Is it in Malaysia?
Yeah.
Or? else?
So what I've mentioned, the IPO that we already have in total is 49, is actually, honestly speaking, is mainly from China because they are focusing deep tech. Currently on board, our eco members or startups are actually in the middle level, so they haven't gone for IPO stage yet because they are still finding investors. They are still in the stage of expand their market. And what I can say, there's two successful stories, which is startup companies from Malaysia that already land in China. So they have a government support from China. For example, they got like 3 years of free co-working space and from different government areas in provinces in China. And then they got like investors as well. They got like, for example, services, added services and local team from there. So that's why I can share on like the IPO. So
all right,
if
awesome.
let's say, yeah, correct. So I hope that this question clears you or something. Yeah. So here is a distribution of Tirong Fund project sales. Here you can see a few like sections inside here, which is one is like chip, new material, biological technology, high-end equipment manufacturing, medical instruments, and also new generation information technology. So here, most of it are actually already been 100% investment in hard science and technology sales, which is, for example, they are really focused on chips. They are focusing on new materials and biotech, which we can't really think of, like what I can say in Malaysia here, but then we can learn from them and actually implement here. And actually some of them, they really want to find a collaboration partner in Malaysia. So collaboration partner means to say that not just focusing on investment. They want to be like, for example, they have local teams in here, they transfer their technology here, and then you guys implement here. It means that we have a probably manufacturing, manufacturing setup here, local teams here, then you just help them sell or whatever. So this is what we I focus on, which is their technology, China technology transfer over here in Malaysia, and then you implement. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. And then here is I introduced about Tusstar Malaysia team. We are started in 2018, and then we're the only 106 out of 300 based overall in the globe, and we're the only non-Malaysia company that got MDEC recognized, which means it's actually, you guys know MDEC, Malaysia Digital Economic Corporation. So we're the only one that got MDEC recognized, and we can provide MTEP visa, means to say that entrepreneurship visa for overseas talents as well. And also we also have high-level talents professionals that can, for example, professors or doctors have a background experience of technology related, for example, science, for example, IT, engineering, and so on. They wanted to work in China. We can help in actually matching with the local teams over there, companies, or probably with the universities over there, or probably they want to become consultants, so we can help in that as well. And also vice versa, China to come over here in Malaysia and probably in the globe, right? So in total, we have a 48 open office space, and we have 5 independent office. And also, we are actually targeting to get another office in Penang. We are still in the discussing. And also in, if let's say you guys know Oasis Damansara, so feel free to come over there and have a look at our office space. It's quite nice China kind of style of a co-working office space. And yeah, and we've been recognized by Malaysia Digital Hub in 2021, Ministry of Science and Technology. So this is what I say just now, Global Incubation Network, apart from China. So we have around the globe. So you just name it where you want to go, and then we can actually help you to business match, or probably you will kind of find investor over there, or you want to actually land over there. Yeah, something like that. So we as the Southeast Asia, we are actually, my CEO itself are just focusing more on these two, Malaysia, Singapore, and then another one is Australia, because we have H Lab over there. Then we have our collaboration partner, which is really quite close and active in Thailand as well, which is they are focusing on Tsinghua University Science Park. And then, yeah, this is the one that I mentioned earlier. Our opening ceremony is by Deputy Prime Minister, which is Dr. Wan Azizah. And also, we have some certain certs that I will share with you after this that we got. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, so yeah, this one is the China-Malaysia government cert and license, meaning to say that in Malaysia, we got the MDEC cert. So in China, we have different provinces cert. For example, here in Guangdong, Beijing, Sanya, Guangxi. So Guangxi is if let's say you know Lazada. So Lazada shop service center is at Guangxi, and also my department is really close with Guangxi Task Force for e-commerce. So for other provinces, we actually have like for example high-level startup competitions, like you can see over here in the left, and also for high-level talent professionals to go over their work. Means that exchange high-level talents as well. And apart from that, we work closely with them, with the government. So actually, for example, if startups they really wanted to I don't say lobby, means that land in those provinces in China. So for example, they are successfully land. So the government itself, the provinces, the government in the province in China will give these services to them. So for example, like I mentioned earlier, co-working space, and then also probably the funds and so on. And then these are our current incubators and also eco members, but we are still getting more and more. And also, for example, universities as well.
This eco members is all around from all around the world, or specific in China that you mentioned earlier?
This one is actually Malaysia. The China one you cannot see. Like,
I see. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So Malaysia eco members we can see in different sectors, but all related to technology related tech. Okay. So probably you can just have a look. I need to explain so detail on this. And then here is actually how Tusstar Malaysia pitch preps are, meaning to say that we have our own timeline, and then these are probably startups that can actually prepare before they meet their potential investors. So probably what the VCs cares more about is actually on their team, and probably how to choose. Probably you can choose. Probably that's where you can see after you meet up with a few VCs in the startups competition, you can see which VC best suits you, and then what are the trends and directions of the VCs that are looking at. So you have to do what's it called again, background check first of the VC, and then you have to know what the VC really wants. Then only you can do a good pitch idea or good pitching to them, right? And then you can see online on how the pitch deck structure is, because let's say, because sometimes I saw like some startup competition that startups join. The things are probably in their PPT is too wordy or probably too much, and then they don't pinpoint on what the VC really wants, right? And then they are wasting the time. So somehow VC couldn't see, okay, what do they want? So it's end up a waste. So what I can say is that actually you can go and go check in the online on how like pitching best pitch, and then how to actually get VCs to acknowledge you, or probably VCs want to actually invest in you. But of course, what VC cares is based on what their background is, what they really look at, then only you go pitch to that.
And so this services is provided by Tusstar Malaysia, right? To help them to prepare for the pitch prep, right?
Yep, correct. We also have this kind of pitch prep what's it called service as well.
Okay.
Okay, and then for the flagship event, which is last year, we did a really big event that are in 2021, which means that related with the government. Okay, and then for example here in Go ASEAN Tech Innovation Summit, we already have like 24 representatives from government, industry, and so much more. And we have around like 1,200 online applications, and then medias, and also we have enterprise participate as well, because they mostly actually, if let's say government join in this big event, means to say that they want to see what's the upcoming in the industry, and then what's the, actually, if let's say for industries as well, they wanted to get to know more new knowledge, so that what they can implement into their company, and then probably where they can get investment and much more. Because from Go ASEAN, it's actually more on China companies or China markets, or probably around the globe wanted to go into the ASEAN market. And for Go China Entrepreneurs Bootcamp, it's more on Malaysian local companies, or probably Southeast Asian, wants to go to land in China. So that's where you need to go for bootcamp, so that you know probably what the China market policy is, how the China investors looking at, and then probably what else they are focusing in, So something like that. So you need to know all this knowledge first before you just directly go into it. It's not that easy, like what I can say, honestly speaking. Yeah. And then apart from that, we have like Global Market Fit Program Malaysia, which is under Magic. And it's quite big. Last time it's around 10 participation in science and tech innovation projects in Malaysia. So we provide a few startups, and also they also provide a few startups, and then we go into this market fit program in Malaysia. So we already done 50 plus business matching, and also around 50,000 media exposure in total, and it's a 60% success of matchmaking projects, which is a successful rate lah. And then here is the government-rated events and competition. We leverage around 30 plus Tusstar global hubs lah in total, and also 50 plus government-rated events. Like I mentioned, if let's say our event is always high level rated and very big event, and always include government. For example, it can be from Malaysia, it can be from China as well. So mean to say that
Siti,
time,
can you define more about what the meaning of for the high level talents? Because I heard you keep saying that high level talents. So maybe one of our audience don't know. And we have Atia from Facebook also. We're really interested about Tusstar Malaysia. So she said that how can I be in touch? So maybe we can give a layman, how to explain to them what the high level talent means is.
Sure. I love your question, because your question is always very, related to what the audience want, right? So high level talent is actually about, okay, for example, here in Malaysia, we just focus on probably bachelor degree is enough, or probably master degree is enough, but master degree, not many, right? But in China, I can honestly speaking, most of them, the minimum requirement in order for you to get a job is to have a master degree. But then now what we call high level talent means to say that you have a doctor, means that you already have a doctor, and also you have a few years of working experience. That's what we call high level talent. What's it called again? High level talent means to say that you already have a doctor, and you also have a industry background, which is of few years time. For example, if let's say you're focusing on manufacturing, you have like probably 10 plus years in manufacturing, and probably 10 plus years in engineering or health or whatever. So this is what we call high level talent. So they can get probably around like 50,000 RMB per month or something. So it's quite huge amount. So that's what China really focusing on. So that's what I really, really want to share to Malaysians, so that probably this can also help you guys to go to China, to open up your mind, to actually to see more on China technology stuff, because it's really interesting, and you can learn more from that and try to implement it here in Malaysia. Yeah.
It's not merely focused on the street wise. It's also focused on the academic wise. So meaning that the hybrid between academic and street is give more high level talent. It's quite it's quite good direction as well. And also maybe, but I think for our audience today, so please do not be scared, because I think Tusstar also start from zero. So start from seed, give you ideas. So maybe you have some obstacle or resistant. Or I don't have at least doctor or something. So I think Tusstar has the specific plan or roadmap on that sense as well, right?
Yep. Correct. Yeah, we have.
Yeah, that's good. That's good things. All right.
Okay. So if let's say you guys have any questions, feel free to just type in the Facebook or whatever. I can probably the moderator can stop me, and I can just directly answer. Okay. So here is our government-rated events and competitions. Like just now I've mentioned, we have a few. We have done few, and also this year as well. And also we're gonna have a really big grand finale inside the competition in November 24th, which is there's what's it called again? China Embassy will be joining in, and also Meranti will be our collaboration partner as well. So this is some example of how high level startup competition looks like. Here is our Task Go Global program, which is we started in March 2015, which focusing more on national development and reform commissioned by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and also Ministry of Commerce, jointly supported the construction of all around multi-level between ASEAN, European and African kind of maritime areas. So we actually support from government policy task network, because as you can see, the network itself, we have 300 base in overall, and we have territorial resources and also development trends. So yeah, that's about it. I think that's nice again, the timing. So Mr. Moderator, Mr. Azrul, do you have any questions? Probably perhaps from the floor?
Yeah, we have a question from Atia that she would like to be in touch to get to know more what Tusstar Malaysia can, provide to her.
Sure.
So
How can I send the contact? Should I send here in the Facebook chat or in the Zoom chat or what?
you just can send on the chat box in the Zoom chat box or in the Facebook chat as well. So
Sure.
we're going to share to the public as well. And for
Sure.
you guys that want to get in touch with us, you can scan for LinkedIn and for the Facebook and Instagram. And we have also WeChat for Tusstar Malaysia social media platforms.
Because as you know, China using WeChat, so we can't run from that.
Everybody also use WeChat, right? It's meant also for business and also for personal use as well. And it's lots of information. We had lots of information, lots of breakthrough as well. And it's a massive, product and services in various industry and segment. And I really love about the one of my notes here that I taken out is more than incubation, training, fund, network, and everything you have in house. It's like a holistic problem solve for those who want to start from zero and until you get to the global network. Awesome. So Siti has sent us www.tusstar, Siti@Tusstar. It's easy, guys. Siti@Tusstar.com. Okay, Siti@Tusstar.com. So that's an easy one. All right, I think that's really like you said also, it's an eye-opening as well. It's a mind-blowing processes because lots of things that we can learn also from China, the leading industry in technologies and also in educations. And like you said, like some university that also we maybe didn't know before that same level with Oxford, and this is how the things are gonna move around and gonna make some game changer in our industry as well. All right, so thank you so much. If you have any questions, so please do write questions or jot down questions in the Facebook or in the chat. All right, thank you so much, Siti. So thank you so much. It's really it's really good to have you here. And anything else you want to say to our audience? We have lots of audience today.
Sure. What I can say is that we actually providing ecosystem overall, and means that ecosystem as in like from the stage, from the idea stage up to the exit. And also, if let's say you guys probably the background are actually from SMEs that are related to tech, anything, please feel free to let us know, because we wanted to match with our China side. So because they are looking for potential collaboration partners with Malaysia. So I know MTC know a lot of like SMEs or probably the distributors or probably industry players over here. Feel free to reach out to us. Then let us know. And then probably if let's say you guys are free, can come over to our Tusstar base in Wasit Damansara. Then we can actually give you a company tour and let you know what is the specific, because we have actually a lot, like 200 tech kind of companies in China. So I can't really introduce it today because it's too much. So when you've got time, can actually contact me or probably my colleague, and then we can actually let you know. So if let's say you are interested in which kind of company with China, we can help you to business match. Yeah. So thank you guys, everyone.
Wow, that's a huge opportunity, guys. So please go to office in Damansara and please contact Siti@Tusstar.com. That's awesome. So give a hand to Siti. Thank you, Siti. Thank you, Siti. Thank you, guys, for this session. Awesome. That was awesome. So please take on this opportunity. Get on board. Get to know about the Tusstar and get in touch with Siti@Tusstar.com. And I believe also my association, maybe, this is one of the way that we can expand not only our networks, but also exchange the technology transfer as well. Alright, thank you so much, guys. So kita jumpa lagi untuk next session. Thank you so much for having us. Dan pada masa sama juga, saya nak share pada you sikit perkara, iaitu kita punya session kita. Alright, please give it time. Okay, so kita akan tengok kita punya digital flash sebelum kita habiskan kita punya program ni. Alright, thank you Afiqah, thank you semua yang hadir untuk hari ini. Alright, so before we end this very specific webinar on the Tusstar presentations, a holistic approach from the start until you go into the next level. So we need to do some pledge to go big with digital breakthrough, integrity, and good. Just follow me. As the leader of my organizations, I am responsible for my organizations and understand the future lies with innovation and higher productivity for my company. To achieve this, I pledge to go big with digital, that is to lead the organizations, toward achieving breakthrough, uphold integrity with the implementations of digital systems, and recognize that digital technology is the force that is good for all of us. And do please scan QR code to provide your feedback or click the link in the chat box. The secretary has given you in the chat box the link. So please click on the link and give some feedbacks. It's important for us. And follow us on our social media at Digital Productive Access on Facebook and Digital Productive Access at YouTube. And thank you guys. See you next week. Thank you, Siti. Bye. Thank you, Siti. Thank you all.
Pembayaran tanpa tunai meningkatkan produktiviti perniagaan. Adakah anda seorang peniaga? Adakah perniagaan anda menerima pembayaran tanpa tunai? Tahukah anda, pembayaran tanpa tunai boleh meningkatkan produktiviti perniagaan sekaligus meningkatkan keuntungan anda. Pembayaran tanpa tunai dilakukan melalui transaksi perbankan atas talian, kad debit, kad kredit dan e-dompet. Ianya merupakan pilihan rakyat Malaysia masa kini. Ini kerana pembayaran boleh dibuat di mana-mana sahaja dengan selamat serta menjimatkan masa tanpa perlu mengeluarkan duit dari bank terlebih dahulu. Sistem pembayaran tanpa tunai ini memberi banyak faedah kepada peniaga. Akaun perniagaan anda akan diurus dengan lebih sistematik. Anda tidak perlu risau lagi untuk merekod transaksi perniagaan anda. Segalanya akan direkod dan anda hanya perlu menyemak melalui penyata perbankan anda. Ianya juga lebih efisien, kos efektif dan selamat kerana anda tidak perlu lagi membawa wang tunai atau pergi ke bank untuk mendeposit atau mengeluarkan wang. Bukankah ini dapat menjimatkan masa dan kos operasi perniagaan anda? Trend transaksi perniagaan atas talian meningkat dengan pesat menerusi platform e-dagang atau media sosial. Perniagaan beroperasi 24 jam sehari sepanjang tahun dan semakin ramai rakyat Malaysia yakin dengan sistem pembayaran tanpa tunai bagi transaksi pembelian atas talian. Ini adalah potensi besar kepada anda untuk mengembangkan perniagaan dan menggandakan keuntungan anda. Tapi jika anda masih dengan kaedah dan cara lama, pelanggan anda hanya terhad kepada mereka yang mengunjungi kedai anda sahaja. Jadi, apa yang anda tunggu lagi? Inilah masa terbaik untuk anda mulakan langkah pertama. Jom berniaga secara atas talian dan menerima pakai pembayaran tanpa tunai. Produktiviti perniagaan meningkat, keuntungan juga sudah pasti akan meningkat. Mesej ini dibawakan oleh Perbadanan Produktiviti Malaysia, MPC.